All right, we're back years later with the much anticipated rig rundown, part 2 of my Bonafide PWR129. Now I know what you guys are asking. Hey, what happened, to part 2 like years ago? Well, I forgot. I've done a lot of updates to this build, so we'll go through it bow to stern, and we'll talk about any future plans, any future builds. All right, so starting over here at the bow, we have I believe they're called the Auxbeam navigation lights. So we've got a red on this side, we have our green on this side. They're actually pretty bright. I still have the Rogue ADS strap. I kind of just stick it in here when we're in transport. On the inside, let's see if we can get in here just a little bit. We have my fuse panel for my Auxbeam, running just a little 20 amp hour amped outdoors battery. I do have a Boondocks battery tray that will be going in soon. We are currently using a Garmin 73 SV with the Captain's Bridge. Also have the Wizard foot pedal steering. It's made life a lot easier with my Newport NK300. We'll see that in the back. I've got a track pack coming on this way. We can see where I've got my Auxbeam located. Still looks kind of the same. We've still got the same sideline bag. We've got a 36 volt, 50 amp hour amped outdoors battery with our black pack with the short stack on top. Open this guy up just a little bit. Nothing real crazy to see in here. The top is just kind of being used for miscellaneous gear, camera stuff, extra bait. Moving on towards the back, we have added a Newport NK300. Over here next to the switch panel, we are using 2 of the One Objective accessory plates. So right now I have my YakAttack leaderboard with another paddle holder that is holding my Bending Branches Angler Pro. Put this guy right back in here. Back to the other side, we have another accessory plate. This is where I keep my Newport throttle. Underneath here with the seat, this is where I have the connection cable for the throttle. It goes right here. So if I wanted to, I can move this throttle to either side, but I do fish left-handed, so I like my throttle to be on the right. Cup holder, we've got a camera mount. Coming back around this way. I also think some things worth noting. So I got this little guy the other day. I have actually not got a chance to use it because I don't know how to catch fish. But this is I think the Cal Coast donkey leash. So it's got a really big long leash. Let's see if I can open it up with one hand. So you got it open, put it down on your fish, let them go down the side. You can pick them up back up for later. So what we did also at Westbrook for the reverse latch, we added another cleat right here. That way it really looks factory. So you can pull for that. I did go through a lot of Spectra cable right when we initially did this. I don't know if this helps at all. Actually, we happened to see it on Instagram. I don't know if it might have been a Bonafide page or a Newport page, but just adding these for guidelines. I did have some eyelets right here, but the cables were running inside of the eyelets and they were starting to get shredded in there. Also for internally, because I wanted to keep this as clean as possible, we did add a hole right here for our steering and did it that way. Anything other than of note, we did also run the pickup line. We kept that internal, so using the factory mount. Now for my Captain Bridge setup, I am running another paddle holder. This is to hold my net when I have it up front. Debating on using this as a 360 camera mount or just another front mount. This will be used for Pocket 3 whenever I decide to use that. But let's switch back to the front. Also, if you're in the Atlanta area, or actually anywhere in the Southeast, to be honest with you, this entire build was done by Westbrook Supply Company down in Atlanta. I can't recommend these guys enough, not only as a rigging shop, but the family unit that we are. So if you guys need a kayak built, come check us out. Anything I would change about this boat, I do love this boat. Handles fantastic on the water with the NK300. I do anywhere between 6 to 7 miles an hour in this boat, making long straights on the lake. If I wanted to fish more lakes, I would probably opt to go with a bow mount. I do like to stand and fish, so that would probably help me a lot when I'm running these banks and not having to use the foot steering as much. I can stand up and do that. But you could interchangeably swap that out if you're running a river or a lake, because as we all know, the PWR129 is really the Swiss Army knife of kayaks. It can do rivers, it can do lakes. I've been out in the bay in Florida doing some inshore fishing. It can really handle it all. Any other upgrades? I've thought about updating, getting maybe a 9 or a 10-inch unit for the captain bridge, and then maybe running another smaller one kind of over on this side. That way, if I do get a cheater stick at some point, I've got a screen for that, but I can also do my mapping and everything from over here. Any future builds that we might have coming down the road, there could be an RVR. There could be a new XTR 140p, to be determined. If anyone really wants to see the wife's budget build, right up here, we do have an RS117. It is not powered. It's got a couple of YakAttack accessories, and that's about it. That's just for her or one of my older daughters to get out in the water. They can paddle around. I can tow them. It's also a great river boat as well, so if I were not planning on getting an RVR down the road, I probably would do some more with this guy up here. Do you have any questions about any of the products that I have or anything on the build? Put a comment down, shoot me a message. But thanks again for watching the part 2 to the rig rundown. See you guys later.